Now it's time to look at your fourth and final essential step. What is it? Editing. This is a way in which you can make sure that you maximize your exam score by making changes before you submit your essay in the exam. After firstly reading and analysing the question, and secondly writing a clear plan, the third most important part of writing a successful exam essay is editing your writing. This means reading through what you have written several times to check different aspects of your answer that the examiner will be concentrating on. You will need to leave time for this at the end of your exam, which is why I have suggested spending between an hour and an hour and a half maximum of your exam time actually writing your answer. There are three main areas that an examiner is looking at when they read your exam answer, so you will need to skim and scan your essay 3 times to complete the essential editing process. Editing check 1 should be a structure check. Check that your thesis and topic sentences are as clear as possible. If you are not sure whether the reader will understand any of these essential sentences, now is the time to rewrite these key parts of your essay. It is exceptionally important, especially when writing an exam essay, that these parts are clear. Secondly, check the content of your essay. Read through again, looking mainly at your ideas and how you have developed them. Make sure that all of your writing moves from general ideas to specific ideas in a clear and logical way, which includes stating an idea, explaining that idea, providing detailed specific support for that idea, and providing an interpretation of what that shows. Add sentences now, if you need, to make sure that each idea, for example, each reason for your point of view or position, is completely and clearly developed. Also, check that you have paraphrased and correctly referenced any of the information you have taken from the academic sources provided in the exam, that is, from the listening and from the reading. This is an essential part of a good exam essay. To remind yourself of the main ideas of paraphrasing, you can look at Chapter 13 in your textbook, Avoiding Plagiarism. That's on pages 160 to 165. The third part of your editing check is language. Look at the language to make sure that you have made the best, most academic word and phrase choices to express your ideas that you can. Ask yourself, have I used a variety of good academic vocabulary? For example, when talking about reasons and results, check that each sentence has a verb and that the verb agrees with the noun or noun phrase that is the subject of your sentence. Make sure that words are spelt correctly, especially the words you have been given in your academic sources and in your question. Also, most importantly, check areas that you know you normally have difficulty with. For example, articles
the, an. Use of passive voice is done. And sentence structure, etc. My tip here is that leaving time for this editing process and going through it carefully often makes the difference between passing and failing an exam. Examiners are always very impressed if they see that a student has made corrections to improve their writing through editing, and this can leave a very strong positive effect on the exam score an essay receives. Take a few minutes now to check through your exam essay before you move on to compare what you have written with some possible models that I provide on the next few pages. Please be aware that the note-taking example and writing that follows is for comparison purposes only. Your writing and structure will certainly differ from these examples because you will have a different thesis and position. However, the essential elements in your writing should be similar to the models that follow. If you're not sure, you can pop into the Independent Learning Centre and ask the teacher to help you make this comparison.